field optimization, you are determining the pharmacokinetic parameters and the pharmacodynamic parameters which drive the efficacy of a compound, along with, of course, doing standard safety, toxicity, etc. So in order to do, and then what you're basically doing is based on iterative cycles of pharmacokinetics, you're trying to understand or improve the physical-chemical properties of the compound, which allows you to get better blood levels, or longer half-lives, and you can get this done by either improving bioavailability, or you can reduce clearance, etc. etc. There are multiple ways. So if that's what you want to do, what are the parameters which affect your design of chemistry to do more SPR type of work, not SAR type of work, more SPR type. So you want to understand the relationship between dosing, blood levels. That is determined by your bioavailability, that's determined by your PF, it is determined by your, of course, your Cmax, it is determined, which is that all of these parameters then are determined by your clearance and your entire ADME, which is absorption, distribution, metabolism, and excretion. Now, if you say that's what you want to do, then the assays that you're basically talking about, in vitro assays, are clearly something like COPO2 for permeability, which tells you what's the, can you predict the bioavailability based on COPO2 assays, so that you can start doing iterative design. Then you start looking at what's your, so you basically use either liver microsomes or hepatocytes to get what's the, how long, so, or what is the IC50 when the compound gets metabolized. So how long is it stable? So you generally do a liver microsome assay to get you what's the stability of the compound. You do protein binding to understand what's the half-life of the compound, what's the free levels of the compound, which basically you're trying to understand that the free levels is what determines the efficacy or efficiency of the compound. So those are in vitro assays, which I believe are not difficult assays, but are assays which require standard operating protocols. So that you do the same compound 10 times, you will get results within a certain standard deviation. And then once you set up those assays, based on those assays, you go back and do your chemistry and come back on another iterative cycle. Wonderful. Which is, I think, relatively easier than what is the other portion of it where we spoke about actually dosing animals and getting the pharmacokinetics. Because you first dose multiple doses and then you follow various. Now, in order to do the dosing, one of the things that you do is you usually get IV data. Which is the 100% bioavailability, so that your parameter of bioavailability doesn't influence your clearance or your blood level. So you directly do it. Now, in order to do IV, you need solubility. You can't do IV if you don't have solubility. So now, then questions of formulation. So that means that when you start doing in vivo experiments, you start to have formulation backup to be able to do formulation, basically pharmaceutics, to be able to get to some amount of solubility by which you can work. Now you're not very concerned that the formulation at this point is my lecturing.